everyone. This is meteorologist Kyle Wheeler with the National Weather Service in San Diego, here to bring you your weekly weather video for the week of February 17th, 2025. So after last week's atmospheric river event, we're looking to go back to a more quiet, typical pattern with elevated wind gusts today and tonight across the deserts and mountains, but otherwise not much to talk about aside from some patchy low clouds and fog for the coasts and valleys this week, and a warming trend as we get into the weekend. So taking a quick look at today's elevated wind gusts, we have a low pressure system moving across the western United States today and tonight, and that'll bring gusts of anywhere from 25 to 40 miles an hour widespread across the high and low deserts, with some of those more wind-prone spots along the desert slopes of the mountains and mountain passes potentially exceeding 50-mile-an-hour gusts at times this evening and overnight. But all of those wind gusts should come down and pretty much diminish by tomorrow morning. The other thing worth mentioning weather-wise in the next few days is the potential for some patchy low clouds and fog across the area. What I have up here on the screen is the probability of visibility less than 1 mile on the left-hand side for tonight, and on the right-hand side for tomorrow night into Wednesday morning. And I really don't want you to pay too much attention to the exact values, more pay attention to the general area in which the screen is kind of lighting up here. What we have for tonight into Tuesday morning is a little bit higher of a cloud base, and what that means is that more elevated spots could see patchy fog, like in the Inland Empire, near areas like Menifee, potentially Ontario, and also in the eastern, more elevated San Diego valleys, all the way up to potentially Ramona. And then tomorrow night into Wednesday morning, our cloud bases come down some. We have a little bit more high pressure potentially. And what that'll do for us is allow for areas further or closer to the coast and some of those western valleys to potentially get reduced visibility, and areas like downtown San Diego, Encinitas, up through coastal Orange County could potentially get in on the fog tomorrow night. So currently we're near average temperature-wise across the area, with the coasts and valleys seeing 60s and 70s and potentially touching 80 in spots in the low desert. But as we get into the latter half of the week, starting Friday, especially going into the weekend, Saturday and Sunday, we're going to be warming up with high pressure entering the area. And so that'll bring our highs into the 70s, potentially even touching 80 for the coasts and valleys. And the low desert could see temperatures in the mid to maybe even upper 80s by the time we get to Sunday. And the warm and dry trend looks to continue as we get into next week. Our 6 to 10 day outlook has us a pretty high chance of both above average temperatures and below average in terms of precipitation. So sort of back to what we've been seeing for most of this winter so far as we get into the end of this week and into next week. And that'll just about do it for this week's video. As always, we have some of our weather-related resources listed below, and make sure to follow us. We're on Slack, X, YouTube, and Facebook. Thank you very much, and we'll see you next week.